You know what it is. It's your boy, HEALBOY the artist. Without further ado, welcome to Paint Talk. Lights, camera, action. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Man, what is up, my people? So, I just want to let y'all know I'm doing a Paint Talk late because I went in, I was being responsible tonight. You know what I'm saying? I took tonight as a night to wash the car. So I had to go. Sometimes you got to take care of things. Sometimes cleanliness next to godliness. Well, not sometimes. Always cleanliness next to godliness. But you have to find the right timing. Timing beats speed at any given point. So today I just had to make that time for that. But I do want to tell y'all, art is looking fantabulous, fantastical. This right here is going to be a piece that I'll be working on next week, and I also have the commission that I'll be dropping. It's actually two. I'll be working on two new pieces next week. Um, I'll probably actually start one this week. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of feeling like this green vibe. Um, but we'll see tomorrow how the wake up goes and basically how the art flow goes. You know what I'm saying? Let me put y'all on what the vibes were today. So I got the handy dandy notebook. I always take little notes in between the vibes. So these are some notes for the day, right? That I would like to share on this paint talk. So doing the right thing is better than doing extra things to make things right. So doing the right thing the first time is better than doing extra things to make things right, right? It's better that you stay on alignment than get off alignment and and use that energy to try to get back on alignment. You'll go further. You know what I mean? I think about the Pythagorean theorem. Um, like if you a plus a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right? So if a is this and b is getting off, it was better that you'll have it's better that you just go this length versus these two lengths, right? So that's kind of how I see it. Diligent plans lead to profit. So what I thought about that was being patient and having well thought out plans leads to you having a larger income source. And that makes sense because if you're patient in your studies and you're patient in your creation will come out better. I think things that are more thoughtful are better, right? So if I give a person 1 day to create the best cake in the world, and I give another person 14 days to create the best cake in the world, or something like that, I think the person with 14 days has more time to research, has more time to organize and maybe order things in order to, you know what I'm saying, make sure that that cake looks phenomenal. I think that person has just overall more time, and if you're utilizing that time right, right, we're talking like both people are the same people utilizing the same stuff, right? Um, Haste leads to poverty. Rushing and hurry lead to making mistakes. Making mistakes could set you back. You might not hit that point. And poverty isn't always money. Poverty could be you lost time. That's what I think about, right? So it's best that we do things at the right time, when we got the time. We do it diligently with well thought out plans that get executed. No rushing, no being in a hurry, no taking shortcuts. Money made or treasures discovered by a lying tongue will evaporate or dissipate in an instance. So you might get your hands on that thing, and then you might lose it and not be able to attain it again. Something like that. Um, I say, as people, we should always conduct ourselves upright and innocent, almost like mature children. So, these are all the things I'm thinking about, by the way, while I'm reading the Bible, and also the way I'm thinking about them to incorporate them into the way that I'm moving on the daily. You know what I mean? I want to be, I want to be aligned, man. I want to be a great server of the Most High and be able to pour out creations that meet His expectations. And I know what I have to do to be aligned. So that's what I'm doing, and I feel great knowing that I have the plan to get there. So I just need to execute day and night with diligence, be thoughtful, and things will come to fruition. Better to be in isolation in peace than a luxurious establishment with an argumentative um, wife or partner that's cohabitating with you, right? It's better to be in isolation and in peace than in a luxurious establishment with someone that doesn't see your vision, that don't see what you want to do, that doesn't bring you that peace. It's best that we don't even be around that person. Knowledge comes from paying attention to the wise, right? I have a few mentors, I have a few people that I look at and I'm like, wow, I like the way that this person works, their ethic, their tenacity. Um, I think that the way that they go about things is is um, is wise. So I pay attention to that, and that gives me knowledge. So knowledge comes from paying attention to the wise. If you can help the poor in spirit, if you can help the poor, help them in spirit, mental, or physical. All right. So today, I had a good friend of mine. I'll call him a friend. His name is let's just say Jay for instance. And Jay, when I talk to him, what I'm saying, he's dealing with things. He's kind of in my lane. He's in the corporate world though, and he makes sales. So sometimes things don't go his way, or sometimes he's dealing with relationship issues, and he always lets me know, man, I'm not. He keeps it honest, and he's wise too. I see him being wise because he's taken a conversation that we had that was really impactful, and he's used it and grown tremendously from it. So sometimes, I mean, bro might have more money than me. Bro might even be smarter than me. But I know 100% sure that I'm just further along in that spiritual place. Not to be on no like judgmental or comparison stuff, but it's just like I always seem to have a spiritual answer to things that happen. Like, man, I went about it this way. Brother, I've had things happen like that, and I've gone about it a different way. This is the way that I've chose to go about it. And I always say it's not because of me. Like, I'm not more spiritual because of me. I'm more spiritual because I connect with Jesus. I follow his way in everything. I don't It's not a moment in my mind that when trouble and trial and tribulation comes, that's not the first person I think about. I always go to Jesus first. And I mean that in a sense of just going to him, but also remembering the things that he went through in the parables that he's left us, in the proverbs that he's left us, so that we can make it through or navigate ourselves through a situation. Like, so arguing isn't gonna get us there, man. Loving our neighbor, like we love ourselves is what's gonna get us there. Sometimes we might have to pause and say, hey, you know, I'm really I need a we need to holler. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, whatever whoever it is, or it might have to be what I just said. It's better to be in isolation than in an argument. So, you know what? I can't do that. I'm about to. Isolation means you have to take. You can't try to push someone out. We don't have control of others. Sometimes you have to just take yourself out, almost confiscate yourself from the situation, and just be okay with that at that given moment. Like, man, you know what? Like, I'm not. Yeah, nobody can punk me, man. I'm here. I'm sitting here by God. If you ain't about to tell me nothing. You can't kill my soul, dog. You can't kill my spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, maybe you can take my parking spot. Maybe you can shoot me, but you can't kill what's in me, brother. You can't kill the thing that I got on me. You know what I'm saying? So I try to stay out the flesh. I try to always remember that we are spiritual beings having a physical experience, and not the opposite way, not the opposite way of thinking, right? Um, Justice brings joy to those that are living right. Like, man, thank God that that happened. You know what I'm saying? Or justice can bring terror to those that are doing wrong. Like, oh man, they about to find us out. Oh man, like I've been on both sides of that. Like, oh man, we about to get found out, man. Damn. You know what I mean? And it's like, nah, you know, I much rather just be on the right side. Like, man, I'm glad I did the work last night. I'm glad I did the work, man. I'm glad I stuck to it. I'm glad I put it down because I didn't know this time was coming, and the fact that it came, justice will be served. You know what I'm saying? So that's something. So as I was reading, I had these moments where I was like, all right, this is my real like deep thought to self, and I love sharing this because I feel like a lot of people can connect with this, right? So Proverbs says, this isn't something it says, but this is something I received about what's going on. This is my, you know, kind of my vibe on it. All right, so Proverbs connects us to God by informing us the nature, or by informing us of the two natures mankind can align with, whether it be righteous or evil. Both are two options that can be chosen through our free will. All the roads of the righteous leads towards love, improvement, honor, truth, and life. All the other roads, or all the roads of evil, lead towards emptiness, hate, shame, disgrace, regret, and death. This book contains profound wisdom on both accords and expresses God's promise to us, right? So that's what I'm thinking. Like, it's like there's always gonna be two options, and that's why you have a soul, because you actually get to choose between the two options. Am I going to knock this guy out, or am I going to walk in love? Now, it's there's it's there's a love way to, or am I going to walk in hate, or am I going to walk in love in everything, every single thing? Am I going to be lazy? Am I going to go hard? Am I going to, it's one or the other. You always have a foot in, foot out on, and you can choose. And I think life changes as you make choices. So start making choices, start changing things, like start actively doing stuff. The more you do, the more you be in this life, the more you can. That's what God wants us to do, is stay in our being. A lot of us want to have things, like, and you have to be them before you can have them. You know what I'm saying? So um that's kind of a vibe. So as I furthered myself in Proverbs, right? Lovers of sensationalism will be poor. If you need sensations to feel alive, you will be poor because you're operating through the flesh only. If you need to see something, you need to go to that movie. You need to you need to taste that food. You need to Um, man, so many different things, so many sensations. You need that girl to touch you. You need you need to make the you need to make this pasta tonight, right? I think sensationalism, like on its like just these to satisfy the sensual parts of our being. Like if you can't get a grip on it, it's nothing wrong with doing these things. But when you're in love with it, like you have to have it. You have to. You will die for something. That's what I think about love. You will die for this stuff. Like before you go without it, you gonna die for it. That's what I think when I think about love. Like I love my daughter. I'm dying for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a it's not because of sensation. It's because of her being who she represents, what she serves, being here. I know that's the longevity of my seed. I'm dying for her. I'm dying for my son. You know what I'm saying? That those are things that we doing. Lovers of intoxicants and fatty delights will never be rich. If you eating all the delights and sugary snacks and taking in all the wine every night, you're never gonna be rich. And what I mean by rich is we gotta say it. We gotta go back to what rich is. It's the spirit, it's the mind, and it's the physical richness, right? But physical richness breaks, it has roots, it breaks into multiple areas. You can be rich in your health, you can be rich in your bank account, you can be rich in your in in your environment. Mental rich, you can be rich in your thoughts, you can be rich in your thinking, you can be rich in your uh mentality to receive, right? So if you're drinking all the time, you're always you're chained to something. You need it, so you can't let it go. Your spirit, right? You can be low in spirit, so you feel like you gotta hit that bottle to go crazy. Like you can, man. Careful listeners will testify successfully. What I think about a careful listener, right? I'm thinking, I'm thinking you a person that dwells in the silence, in the peace, a person that is giving eye contact or allowing the full expression of something. Somebody carefully listen. A careful listener, I believe, asks good questions because he's making sure he's ensuring that he knows what's going on. Hey, do this. When you say do this, what exactly are you implying? Could you specify? Could you elaborate? Could you go more into detail on what it is you want me to do? And also, do you mean not to do these things? Right? That's what Proverbs that is say, hey, do the wise man does this. Well, well, is this why? Well, then it'll say the evil person does this. It's like, oh, okay. So definitely don't do that and try my best to do this. Okay, cool. Um, a good name is more desirable than great riches. Yes, definitely. There's a lot of people out here that got money in their pocket. They ain't they ain't Louis V. They ain't Balenci. They ain't Saint Laurent. They ain't Apple. They ain't Google. They ain't Amazon, right? To have a good name is better than great riches. It's people. Kmart ain't Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Walmart is a type of. Walmart ain't Target. You feel me? We it's different. It's different tiers to this, man. So to have a good name is better than great riches. You could be rich as hell without a good name. So um, this is what we never need to forget. This is one of those things. First, the Lord created us all. He created the rich, he created the poor. That means what I get from that is that the poor can also be rich and the rich can also be poor. It can always flip flop and change. He made us, he created us to be the beings. So when you are being rich, you will attract the riches. When you're being poor, you will attract the poverty. So simple. Raise children up in the right way and they will not depart from the path. I think that's true. Definitely. Well, it's not about my thinking, it's the truth. And I align with it because when I was younger, my dad used to teach me a lot of stuff. And a lot of that stuff that he really embedded in me, I haven't departed from it. So be a stand up man. A lot of those things. And lastly, which is what I'm going to name this whole episode today, is humility before honor. So, humility, I'm thinking being humble. Being humble requires us to not fall into the traps and snares of a reputation. Oh man, you going crazy, bro. You're the best in the world. Man, look, I got a lot of work to do, bro. Like I really got a lot of work to do. Man, I love this one right here. This is crazy. You went dummy on it. Man, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm honored to have you viewing this. You know what I mean? Even if you're the millionth person to tell me. Even if you're the 17th person to tell me. You know what I'm saying? I know that it could be one more person saying something. I know that it's not, I still got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of connections to do. This is just another step in the way. I wanna do something greater than this. Man, I don't think you could do better than this, brother. Well, look, man. Even if I can't do better than it, I'ma try. I'ma try my best. So, look, like I said, I'm in a space right now where I'm growing and truly trying to get better in all ways, shapes, and forms. And you know, I'm gonna do that. I'm telling y'all, I'm a rock with y'all. Like right now, you know what I mean. It's another day in the lab. You know what I mean, putting out that word. You know what I'm saying, putting out a paint talk, but all this stuff is gonna compile and build each and every day as long as I stay on the consistent path. Like I said, it's better that I just stay on path and don't step off and try to come back on. You know what I mean? So it's some stuff I gotta do, but man, I appreciate y'all tonight. Humility before honor, episode 37. Much love to y'all. See you soon.